to find out what people are doing when they're marked and when they're not marked. There's nothing more frustrating than be out there, down to a quarter tank of gas, it's 7 o'clock at night, the babysitter's only there till 9, and we gotta get someplace. What's the first thing you do? You figure out where you are and you do that. And the minute you start doing that, speeds start coming up. Because people are in a hurry, trying to find. The more times you stop, the faster you have to go to get where you're gonna go. It's not that difficult. Oh, wait a minute. People steal the signs. We pay for signs. Signage on intersections and corridors and where you are in the system are critically important. The little yellow signs that tell me stay right, tell me there's a curve ahead, those are informational signs. They're not regulatory, they're informational. They're nice to have, they're good to have, but the other ones are more critical to have in place. They really are. We're even thinking about coming out with an identifier of state-funded trails versus club trails. So somebody knows that that trail that's going off there is not a state-funded trail, it's not on the map. It might be on your local map, but it won't be on the state map. We'll get there. I don't know. Here's a breakdown that you have on the rates and the mileages through the years. Remember the registration figures, 0203, high registration numbers. Registration started falling off, but there was a build-up, I'm told, there was a build-up in the fund, and it was necessary because the mileages kept going up and up and up and up, that all of a sudden we got to 500, 400, 420. The numbers went up. Then it got zeroed out. It became harder and harder. For whatever reason, registrations got later and later. It became more and more difficult, and here's where we are right now. You can see it. Here's the mileage going up. There's the registrations going down. There's your funding levels. I'd love to be able to fix those numbers so it doesn't change year to year, that you know what you're going to get it every year, you know what your miles are, it's instantaneous, I know you can budget for it. We can do that. It's a question. That's all it is right now. Okay. Deadlines. I will promise to meet the deadlines. There's nothing worse than me hearing as a new director to come in that the state never adheres to the deadlines that they set that we have to do. How many times have you heard that? I've heard it too many times. I will not do that. I need to speed this process up. I need to guarantee this money. I need to get this money out. And you know why. We'll put this on the website so you can see what they are, so you can have an advance notice of where we're at. I wish I was doing that right now.
Nice.
I think time's the tough part for me. I'm as honest as the day is long. I don't have anything to hide. I don't care to hide anything because I don't want to remember that I've hidden something. If I can't tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and I believe me, I've been on witness stands in court of claims more times than I care to be. It's my philosophy. I have nothing to gain. Here's the budget, what we put together for this year. There's your funding, there's your insurance, this is the personal service, the printing costs, the equipment that's necessary. Here's the money that's available for DEC and parks, $150,000 each. Last year it was zeroed out. This year, DEC needs to have their $150,000 to do health and safety critical bridges on the system, or they're going to shut it down on certain trails and corridors. We have not put a call letter yet out on ours because I find When I look at the budget, there's still about $175,000 of unexpended funds that Parks never spent. What are you doing with it, guys? If you have something in a state park or a trail or a corridor that needs to have work on it, talk to the regional office of state parks. They have money. I'm about ready to pull it, quite frankly. If you had a need and the need's gone away, then reapply. Let's put the money back into the fund and we'll reallocate it again. Okay? I don't have a problem doing that to my own people. Hi. It's a video camera. I'm smiling too. Just so you know. Here comes the bad news. This hurts. This hurts tremendously to me. I didn't need this. I didn't do this. See the date? March 11th. That's what was in the fund. That's this year's funding. Here's what was going to be available next year for the 70%. It was there up front, ready to go. That's what you've been asking for. By a quirk, it has happened. It's happened because you had the year of 80,000 estimate and you had 128,000 sleds show up. The money was there. This year we're a little higher because I budgeted for 5,000 non-club members. We had 12,000, I think it was, or 19? 12,000 showed up. Well, closer to 19. Closer to 19. Which they're paying $90 versus $35. Why? I don't know. What are you guys doing to them? They don't want to be part of it. Maybe they're just the out-of-staters. I don't know. There's the insurance that we're at. I think we're going to stay right about the same, even though we bid it this year. The insurance industry, they tell me, is pretty much stabilizing now. And if Cool gets it, obviously that's what they're charging us right now. It started out at almost $1 million when it first opened up the bids on this. But because of you have a safer system. You're doing the grooming that's necessary, you're doing the signage, the accidents, the deaths, all that stuff is playing into this. If the accident occurs, there's usually a reason why it does occur. Everybody focuses on the bad side of this sport. It's only 2% or less that are causing the media problems that you have on the fatalities. That tells me there are 120,000 plus people that are as safe as walking through your living room. And they ride responsibly and they care. Here's the bad news. Note the date. That date, a lot of people remember from number 9. Ring a bell? On that particular day, I happened to be looking through records because I was putting my presentation together for this, and I didn't get a March printout of what the balances were, and I went back to check just to make sure that I had the right information for you. What happened?
One day different.
I fell out of my chair. I literally fell out of my chair. I went immediately upstairs to my 20th floor and said, what the hell happened? Who transferred $1 million out of this account? My supervisor went white. Here's what happened. The best I can piece this together. And I had NYSSA and the Capital Group looking into this. Remember in 2006, the Pataki administration tried to raise this fund?
Yes. Yes.
You know it well. I've seen the letters that you guys generated on it. The reason they couldn't do that is they lined that out. They identified that they were going to take $2 million, $2.5 million out of the snowmobile fund. It was put in a budget preliminary. You saw it, you reacted, you did it, you stopped it. They couldn't do it. This particular year, they're smart. buried in a budget bill. I've got it here. It's a paragraph.